from one of our amazing sponsors, and it's Wrigloo. Come on, built it up for him as well.
Breaking down on a motorway is never fun at the best of times.
Never.
Especially when it's cold, wet and windy, and you have your whole family with you going on holiday. Government advice is to leave your vehicle and keep away from the carriageway and hard shoulder. The Wrigloo High Visibility Shelter quickly inflates, creating a wind and waterproof environment for you and your loved ones as you wait assistance.
That's your car ready, guys.
Wrigloo, the breakdown cover that really covers you.
Brilliant. So this is a chef slot. That's Wrigloo. If you want to know how to sponsor the show, give me a ring or give me a message or something. Whatever. Anyway, we've got it's part 2 of the chef slot. And Anthony Jacobs is here telling us how to do bread. And he's been doing a bit of kneading, haven't you? Looks like he's been doing a bit of kneading. Where are we up to?
I've turned the dough that I've already incorporated now. So I've been doing a bit of kneading. Basically, I've turned the dough onto a floured table then. And I've been doing a bit of kneading, and the purpose of doing the kneading basically is, you know, when you've got a rubber balloon for your party, your kids' birthday parties, right?
Yeah.
Really hard to blow into that balloon unless you stretch it, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Gluten is like an elastic protein. Okay, so you're trying to if you think of it like a rubber balloon, then what you're doing is you're stretching it out with the kneading.
Yeah.
And basically, the way that the yeast works is it literally farts into the balloon.
Right, okay, yeah, go on. Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah.
So basically, just not to put too fine a point on it, you know, it goes like, oh, I love all this sugar. And then it just, you know, like with your beans, and it just goes into the dough. So
you don't get this crap on the Saturday kitchen, man, do you? You don't get this shit on that, do you? You know what I mean? Yeast farts to make bread. Yeah, your bread is powered by yeast farts. There we go. You know, you heard it here first. Anyway.
So what we're going to do, right, is we're going to get it nice and smooth. The smoother the better.
Yeah.
Okay. Give it about maybe 5-10 minutes kneading then.
Yeah.
We're going to pop it back into the bowl.
Yeah.
Get it covered, basically. And what I tend to do is I'll put it in the fridge overnight. Basically, what that does is it slows the proving down so that all the nutrients and the flavours from the flour then can have more time to come out.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I thought it was a one-off, straight off, get on with it.
Yeah, no. So you've got what you'll see now, right? Is that's about doubled in size. Well, actually, almost 2.5 times the size.
Yeah.
Of the. If I show you the other one.
And it goes a bit wetter, doesn't it, as well? It becomes wetter, does it?
Yeah, because you've got this, the condensation from the CO2.
Yeah. So
what I'm going to do now, right? I mentioned salt earlier.
Yeah.
Now a lot of the we had this conversation about 2 weeks ago, actually. A lot of the recipes say to add the salt into that part of the dough when it's first proved. So I don't do that, and most professional bakers don't do that because it doesn't allow the yeast to rise as well.
Kills it, doesn't it? Kills the yeast.
Yeah. So it's like you said the week before last, it's an inhibitor.
Yeah.
Stops it growing. Stops it working. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop roughly about 10 grams in there and spread it right across the top, making it really easy to incorporate it back in.
Yeah.
And we're going to just knock this back. I use a spatula for the first bit of knocking back because it's so damp then.
Yeah. Very sticky at this stage, isn't it? Very sticky.
Yeah.
Hey, it's great. I'm going to make some. Who's making bread today? Get on with it, people. Well, you'll be making it tomorrow because you need to let it rise overnight in the fridge.
Yeah. So what we're going to do then is we've turned it up onto the table again to knead it again.
Yeah.
And what the kneading does is it stretches that dough again and gets any excess CO2 out. Plus, obviously, it helps you distribute the salt
Yeah,
better then as well.
got it.
So this, you'll notice now that this is really, really smooth, more like a pastry dough.
Yeah,
Than
yeah.
so you've done this with a very similar thing with pizza, haven't you?
Yeah, we make ours in a Kenwood chef. It takes 5 minutes to make the pizza dough, and then
Yeah.
excuse me, then we leave it somewhere to double inside, knock it back, and then make the pizzas out of it. So yeah, it comes out pretty good.
So, that must be so satisfying doing that though, just like thinking, oh, you don't have to buy it from Domino's or anything like that. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the price of it, what's the cost for? Well, I've been buying some Italian, I don't really like Tesco, but I found some Italian double O flour in Tesco. And
mate.
but it's proper,
Yeah.
it's proper Italian. It's got Italian writing all over the bag and everything. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've got about 6 bags in my cupboard. It's brilliant stuff for pizzas. Absolutely brilliant. 00.
You use double O as well for making pasta.
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Yeah. I bought a pasta maker at Christmas as well, so I'll be making some homemade pasta. But yeah, brilliant, mate, brilliant. So where are we up to now? Do we need to go to a track, or are we nearly at the end of this process?
Basically, all we're doing now is I've just kneaded whilst we were talking. So what we're going to do is we're going to shape this into a nice. We're going to flatten it out a little bit,
Yeah.
right, and then curl it over into a nice oblong shape.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to grease the pan.
Save it
I use
sticking.
olive oil. What I tend to do is I use olive oil because it doesn't have any of that nasty smells you get with vegetable oil.
Yeah.
That'll go into the bread. So we're just getting into every corner.
See,
I like to use my hand wherever I can.
Yeah. Back in the day, people would have used butter, wouldn't they? Would have used the wrapper off the butter and rub that in, wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. That smell. Do you know what? That smell is so lovely.
I know.
But,
Takes me back. That does.
This is all for me. I find it a lot easier to get into the corners and things like that. With
Yeah,
the oil.
exactly.
So what we're going to do then, again, like you said, just a little bit earlier, then we're going to leave this now. We need to leave this about half hour, right? Okay. What I tend to do basically is I leave it half hour, get the oven whacked up all the way to, I think it's gas mark 9.
Yeah.
That my goes up to. And the really clever tip, right, is most ovens have either got a warming drawer underneath, okay, where we tend to slam out all our pans.
Yeah.
Or they've got a little vent on the top then.
Yeah.
Basically, they've got a little vent of the back of the oven. I tend to pop this over the back of the oven then, where all that warmth is.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just score the top of it. Sorry, don't score it yet. What we tend to do is we'll pop it on the top, then sort of double in size again.
And then slice, yeah.
Yeah, we do the slice then to release the CO2 again and the moisture again.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's it in a nutshell, basically, Kirk.
Excellent.
That's all we do.
That's wonderful.
Bread in for about half hour, I would say, at gas mark 9.
Excellent.
But yeah.
Excellent. That's brilliant. Well, we'll come. I want some fresh bread now. Let's go to a track. We'll come back and we'll have a little natter to you. And it'd be interesting to see if anyone makes any. Do you know what I mean? Be really interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, that'd be so cool. I've invited quite a few of my followers then today to listen in and watch.
Excellent. Excellent.
So
Right. We'll go to a track and we'll come back. We'll have a bit more from our chef slot, Jacob Anthony, talking about bread.